Hooray! Omni is coming. The first systems will be delivered to pre-order customers at the end of November or the beginning of December, and then it will finally be possible to play on Dart Counter. Easy assembly, no drilling required, and even with auto-calibration. Sounds great. Straight to gaming fun, or does it? At least for the first 3 months, during which you can play for free. After that, you will need a Dart Counter subscription to continue using all features without restrictions. And that is the keyword. In this video, I will discuss the features that the Omni brings, where you can see which errors are currently being fixed, which features are on the roadmap, and how you can even vote on them. And I will provide an update on how the Omni compares to Scolia and Autodarts. I am following up on my Omni X post video and would like to compile for those interested in an auto-scoring system what the Omni costs, what it can do, and what it may currently not be able to do. Because of this, I regularly receive questions from you in advance, and to be honest, some retailers have not been able to answer them yet. Meanwhile, preferred retailers are currently receiving an Omni. Target's statement on this is as follows. Only those who have backed the system the most will receive one, and of course, they are allowed to promote it. Positive marketing is understandably important to Target, but I have also noticed, just like you, for example regarding advertising claims or images that do not quite match the current state. And when I spend several hundred euros on such a system, I think it is only fair to know exactly what the system will be able to do, or rather, what is coming soon. Because if you take a closer look at the features, you will also notice that some basic functions are indeed still missing. More on that later in the video, and now, I will first address the prices and models. I will show you the prices for the Target Omni here. You can purchase the standalone system or a bundle with the Veil Surround or the Thor Darkboard. The Omni system itself is equipped with cameras, a computing unit, and a light ring. If you also want a live darkboard view, you can optionally purchase it with the World Camera System. The Omni is closely linked to the Dart Counter app, which you can use for 3 months free in an unrestricted. However, after that, you will need to choose a subscription model. Let me briefly discuss the setup. The Omni is not intended for permanent installation on a wall. It is simply clamped to the Dart Counter using holding arms with magnets, similar to the Target Corona light. Target has not yet answered whether the computing unit has a fan or not, as this could potentially mean a somewhat annoying buzzing sound. In the meantime, the Omni setup page is being completed step by step with videos and FAQs, which I will display here and link in the video description. One can tell that Target is taking and using the 2 months since the launch to complete various tasks. That's good and a nice segue into the most important topic. What exactly can the Omni do? Is it as revolutionary, industry-leading, and packed with features as the advertising claims? I have summarized all the features that a Scolia, an Autodarts, and an Omni offer in a table, and I can already see some comments coming. How can you talk about features when you haven't even tested the Omni yourself? Well, these are the darkboards that I have here to form an opinion. Additionally, there is information that has been published, information from dealers and, of course, also responses that I received directly from Target. And specifically regarding the auto-scoring systems, I have a Scolia Home Flex, a Scolia Home 2, a Widart, and 2 Autodart systems. So I consider this to be a representative selection, and there is no shop, let alone one that has all these systems, has played with them and knows them so well. For weeks, I have summarized and compared the features of all the systems in a table. I find that it is quite easy to understand what the systems offer and what they learn additionally with their updates. And some may be surprised, because with the Omni, there are indeed several basic functions that one might take for granted, but have not yet been implemented. I will tell you a bit more about that shortly. And of course, I make the data available for free on my website DartsnGear.com, so you can download everything. This includes my dartboard testing criteria, the measurements of brightness values from various LED lighting, my volume measurements for soundproofing systems, and also the feature comparison list of the auto-scoring systems. And here I have considered well over 100 features, which I have organized into categories such as technical basis, the software, game modes X01 and others, as well as displays during the game, statistics after a game, expansion options, and so on. And don't worry, I won't list all 102 features here. You can look at them yourself in the table. Instead, I've picked out the essential characteristics to compare. So, what does a Scolia, an Autodarts, and an Omni bring to the table? Fundamentally, it is not worth getting an auto-scoring system just to save yourself the hassle of inputting scores, because you also want to have fun and train with the system. It should naturally provide me with opportunities to recognize where I can improve. I want to see something like my current form, but also how it has developed over time. And of course, I want to be able to play online against others, not just friends or club colleagues, also competitively in singles matches or entire tournaments. So, now let's pay special attention to the newest member of the auto-scoring family, the Omni. And there is actually much more regarding the developments in the Dart Counter app, as both are indeed intertwined. Target Omni, like Scolia, comes with its own computing unit. For Autodarts, you will need to use a mini PC, Raspberry Pi, or similar device on which the free software will run. As mentioned, Omni only works in conjunction with the Dart Counter app and requires installation on an iOS or Android device for setup. And it is therefore not as device independent as is the case with Scolia or Autodarts, which run completely browser-based and are thus entirely independent of any specific devices or operating systems. Omni operates over Wi-Fi. It's wireless. A wired network connection, as is the case with Scolia or Autodarts, is not provided. Scolia can be switched to German or English. Autodarts is still completely in English. In the Dart Counter app, you can use German, English, as well as other languages. The translations are sometimes, well, but fundamentally understandable. Both Scolia and Autodarts have a coordinate-like as well as a heat map of the thrown darts, stored per leg, per match, and of course also in the complete game history. The Omni does not have a coordinate map. However, work is currently underway to implement a heat map. You can already see this in some promotional images. And hopefully, it will be included with the first delivery of the Omni systems directly via an update in Dart Counter.
Absolute must-have. Of course, a live view of the dartboard and the thrown darts is also cool. Autodarts has had this for a long time, and I think it's quite smartly implemented. Scolia is now following suit and is offering a live dartboard view for tournaments, gradually rolling it out to all online games. With Omni, you get the live view and a room camera with the optional world camera system that you can purchase additionally. A caller naturally adds some atmosphere and can be set up in all systems. In Scolia, it is available in German and English. In Autodarts, it can be installed afterwards, for example, with the free Autodarts tools. And Dart Counter has an English caller who can also say your name or player name. It doesn't work with all word combinations now. For example, my player name ODG Warrior didn't work, but the Warrior does. A small basic feature is still missing in Dart Counter, which is the bullseye. Scolia and Autodarts implement this according to WDF and PDC rules. This is also linked to a display in the game showing who has the throw and the corresponding change of thrower. This is also a small feature that is still on the to-do list for Dart Counter. But currently, this is not available, and therefore there is no change of the thrower when you play locally against the dartbot. For example, if you play a best of 3 here, you will throw the dart 3 times in a row. What is also being worked on diligently and is very high on the list of priorities for Dart Counter Omni users are filters to help navigate the lobby more quickly. For example, for certain game modes or just with a camera, to find indoor games for you. And of course tournaments. A really impressive feature is that Scolia even has average classes with a point system and leaderboards. Those who also connect GoDarts Pro can regularly participate in challenges and win prizes. Tournaments are also being held in the world of Autodarts, albeit on a smaller scale, but there is progress being made. And I believe that a target should naturally provide as soon as possible, because it is understandably an absolutely fantastic feature. Work is being done on it intensively to possibly make it available this year. But it really has to happen by next time, because there are additional features associated with it, such as leaderboards, as well as your own statistics, your game development, and so on. Omni is currently not as advanced as the other systems in this regard. You can view the game progress, yes, but in all systems, you can see against whom you played, how well you played, what your average was, first niner, checkout percentage. But if you really want to let loose, then Scolia is currently the benchmark. No system comes close to the advanced statistics that Scolia currently offers. And thus the question of who exactly or what exactly an Omni wants to be Because when it comes to Scolia, it's clear. A professional system with the simplest access for ambitious Dart players and professionals, with an interface to further offerings such as My Dart Training or GoDarts Pro. With Autodarts, it is also clear, a non-commercial system that allows hobby Dart players to enter the world of autoscoring at a low cost, with surprisingly many features and also an active core community. And what do you think? Omni be professional, entertaining, something completely different? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. I am really curious to see how far Target can go before the release, that is, the delivery of the first pre-ordered systems, and to quickly provide an update with the features I still somewhat miss here and there. The annual subscription with Dart Counter has already been completed. I've already played some game. All that I am missing now is the Omni. So, that was my update on the Target Omni and the feature overview. I hope this video is helpful for you, so feel free to give it a like, or if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, as then you won't miss any future videos of this kind. In one of the next videos, I will show you, for example, how to expand a Scolia with an Autodarts, allowing you to switch between the two worlds whenever you like. Thank you for tuning in. Feel free to leave comments with your notes or questions. Until the next video, goodbye, ciao, good darts, your Oliver.